Hello. Welcome. You have found your way here to this little street in Paris, and the rain is falling and the cobblestones are shining, and there is a warm light coming from behind the glass of a small bakery, and inside the air is thick with the scent of bread, and the stone walls hold the warmth of the oven. And everything here is simple and good and unhurried, and you are welcome. So let us begin with your breath. Breathe in slowly through your nose. The air carries warmth. The deep golden warmth of flour and yeast and butter and stone, the kind of warmth that has been building in this room for hours, patient and slow, the way bread rises when it is left alone in a quiet place. Let that warmth fill your chest, your throat, your whole body. And breathe out slowly through your mouth. Let everything you carried today fall from you like flour from a baker's hands. The plans, the worries, the half-finished thoughts. They don't belong here. Nothing belongs here tonight except warmth and bread and rain and rest. Breathe in again, slowly, and feel how the air is different in here. Softer, warmer, carrying something ancient and nourishing, something that humans have made for 10,000 years in rooms just like this one, with their hands, with patience, with care. And breathe out, slowly. And let your body grow heavier wherever you are resting tonight. The bread is baking. The rain is falling. There is nothing to do and nowhere to be. And the night has barely begun. Now let your attention drift down to your feet which have carried you through this day, step by step, without complaint, without rest, and now they are still, and they are warm, and the floor beneath them, wherever you are resting tonight, is solid and steady, the way old stone is steady, the way a bakery floor that has been walked on for 100 years is steady, worn smooth by 1,000 quiet mornings. Let your ankles soften. Let your calves release whatever tension they are holding. Feel the muscles in your shins grow quiet and warm, the way dough grows quiet and warm when it is set aside to rest. There is a kind of wisdom in resting. The baker knows this. The bread knows this. The dough does its best work when it is left alone in a warm, dark place. Your knees are softening, your thighs are heavy and warm. Your hips are settling deeper into wherever you are lying, the way a loaf settles into its proving basket, finding its shape without effort, without force, simply by resting. Your stomach is soft. Your chest is open and calm. Your breath moves in and out like the slow rhythm of a baker's hands folding dough. Press, fold, turn, rest. Press, fold, turn, rest. And each breath carries more warmth into your body and carries more tension out. Your shoulders are dropping. Your arms are heavy at your sides. Your hands are open and still and warm. Your neck is soft. Your jaw is loose. The small muscles around your eyes are relaxing, smoothing, letting go, the way steam rises from fresh bread. Effortless, unhurried, natural. Now imagine that you are standing on a narrow street in Paris. It is very late, somewhere past midnight, and the rain is falling softly, steadily, the kind of rain that will last all night, the kind that washes everything clean and makes the city smell of stone and leaves and the river somewhere nearby. The street is empty. The buildings rise on either side. Old limestone, wrought iron balconies, dark shuttered windows, and every surface shines with rain. And then you notice it. A warm light, halfway down the street, spilling from a storefront onto the wet cobblestones. A boulangerie, a bakery, the kind that has been here for decades, perhaps longer, with a wooden door and a small chalkboard sign, and shelves visible through the glass, and the warm light coming from deep inside, from behind the counter, from the room where the ovens are. You walk toward it. Your feet are quiet on the wet stones. The rain touches your face, gentle and cool, and the light grows warmer as you approach, and you can smell it now. Bread, fresh bread. The deep, golden, yeasty, ancient smell of bread baking in a stone oven, drifting through the gap beneath the door, mixing with the rain and the river and the night. The door is open, not wide, just a few inches, the way bakeries sometimes leave their doors in the hours before dawn, letting the heat escape, inviting the morning. You step inside, and the warmth wraps around you immediately. Not sharp heat, not stifling, but the deep, even patient warmth of a room that has been heated by a stone oven for hours, a warmth that has soaked into the walls and the wooden counter and the stone floor and the stone floor and the very air itself. The bakery is small. A long wooden counter, worn smooth and dusted with flour, runs along one side. Behind it, shelves hold the first loaves of the morning, round country boules with crackled crusts, long golden baguettes arranged in a slanted wooden rack, dark rye loaves, dense and fragrant. A hooded brass lamp casts amber light across the counter, catching the flour dust that hangs in the air like tiny points of gold. There is a cup on the counter, a small, heavy ceramic cup, white with a thin blue line around the rim, and it is full of hot chocolate. Real hot chocolate. The kind they make in Paris, thick and dark and barely sweet, made with melted chocolate and whole milk, and it is still steaming, as if someone had set it there a moment ago and said, "This is for you. Sit down. Stay as long as you like. You wrap your hands around the cup, the warmth moves through your palms, into your wrists, up your arms. You lift it to your lips and take a sip, and it is perfect, rich and smooth and warm and dark, the taste of cocoa and milk and a trace of vanilla, and it fills your mouth the way the warmth of the oven fills this room, completely, gently, leaving nothing untouched. Through the stone archway behind the counter, you can see the back room, the heart of the bakery, where the ovens are. You carry your cup of chocolate with you as you step through the arch, and the warmth deepens, and the smell of bread grows richer, and the light changes from brass lamp amber to the deeper, more ancient glow of a wood-fired oven. The oven is built into the far wall, a great stone arch, blackened with decades of use, and inside, the embers glow a deep, steady orange, and the heat radiates outward in slow, patient waves that you can feel on your face, on your hands, on the front of your body, the way you feel sunlight on a warm afternoon. You stand before it for a moment, just feeling the warmth, just watching the embers pulse and glow, and there is something deeply ancient about this, about standing before fire and heat and bread, about being warmed by something that someone built with care. There's a long wooden table in the center of the room, and its surface is covered with a fine layer of flour. Not messy, not careless, but the natural dusting that comes from a night of work, the way snow covers a field, evenly, quietly, without trying. On the table, round balls of dough sit in linen-lined proving baskets, each one slowly rising in the warmth, each one becoming what it will become, without effort, without hurry. You notice the details. A wooden peel, the long, flat paddle used to slide loaves in and out of the oven, leans against the wall, its edge worn smooth from years of use. A small scale with brass weights sits on a shelf. A jar of coarse sea salt, a crock of butter, pale and soft, a stack of linen cloths, folded neatly, dusted with flour. Everything in this room has a purpose, and everything is exactly where it belongs, and there's a deep peace in that, in the simplicity of a room where every object has been used with care for a very long time. Near the oven, a tall wire rack holds the loaves that have already been baked. The first batch of the morning, finished hours ago, and now cooling slowly, patiently, the way all good things take their time. You step closer, and you can hear them, a faint, irregular ticking sound, like a very quiet clock, and it takes you a moment to realize what it is. It is the sound of the crusts contracting as they cool. The bread is singing. Bakers call it that, the song of the bread. and it is one of the quietest, most beautiful sounds in the world. You reach out and touch one of the loaves, a round boulet with a dark crackled crust, and it is warm, firm, alive with the stored heat of the oven. The crust is rough under your fingers, and when you press gently, you can feel the soft interior yielding beneath, the crumb that is still settling, still finishing its transformation from wet dough to bread. There is something deeply satisfying about this, about touching something that was made with care, that took time, that cannot be rushed. The smell is extraordinary. Up close, each loaf has its own character. The baguettes smell of wheat and caramel, and the faintest hint of smoke. The dark rye is deeper, earthier, with a tang of fermentation that speaks of the sourdough starter, a living culture that has been fed and rested and fed again, day after day, perhaps for years, perhaps since the bakery first opened. The country boulet smells of fields and rain and patience. You take another sip of your hot chocolate. It has cooled just slightly. Still warm, still rich, still perfect. And standing here in this back room, surrounded by bread and warmth, and the quiet song of cooling crusts, you feel a kind of gratitude that doesn't need words. Gratitude for simple things, for warmth when it is cold outside, for bread when you are tired, for a cup of something warm in your hands, for the rain that makes the inside feel more sheltered, for the baker who rose in the dark to make these loaves, not because anyone asked, but because it is what they do, because it is good, because the world needs bread, and someone must make it. On a low shelf near the table, you notice a row of glass jars, some large, some small, all sealed with hinged metal lids. One holds golden honey, thick and slow-moving when you tilt it gently in the lamplight. Another is filled with dried lavender, its purple faded to a soft gray lilac, and when you lift the lid just slightly, the scent rises, sweet and herbal and old-fashioned, like summer in Provence distilled into a single breath. A third jar holds dark chocolate, broken into rough, irregular pieces, each one with a slightly different sheen in the amber light. These are the baker's ingredients. Not complicated, not exotic, just honey and lavender and chocolate and flour and salt and water and thyme. Simple things combined with care. And you realize that this is what the bakery teaches if you stay quiet long enough to learn it, that the most nourishing things in life are rarely complicated. That warmth comes from patience, that sweetness comes from attention, That bread is just flour and water and time, and a pair of hands that cared enough to shape it. At the back of the bakery, a low wooden door stands open a few inches, and through it you can see a tiny courtyard, no bigger than a small room, enclosed by the old stone walls of the surrounding buildings. The rain falls into it gently, and there is a single iron chair beside a small table, and a potted lemon tree in one corner, its dark leaves shining with water, and a few yellow lemons hanging among the leaves like small lanterns. You step to the doorway and stand there, half inside the warmth, half in the cool air, and you can feel both worlds at once. The warm, dry, bread-scented air of the bakery behind you, and the cool, fresh, rain-scented air of the courtyard ahead, and the place where they meet, right here at the threshold, is the most comfortable place in the world. The rain falls on the lemon tree, and each drop that hits a leaf makes a tiny, distinct sound, softer than the rain on stone, more intimate, the sound of water meeting something alive and green. A lemon hangs low on a branch, and a single drop of water gathers at its base, swells, holds, and then falls. A tiny, perfect event that no one would ever notice, that happens 1,000 times a night, that is beautiful beyond measure. And you think about how many things like this happen every day. Small, quiet, perfect things that no one counts, no one records, no one remembers, and yet they are the substance of life, the texture of a day, the moments that, when you add them all together, make a life worth living. The warmth of a cup in your hands, the smell of bread, the sound of rain on a leaf, the way light catches flower in the air. These are not small things. These are everything. You return to the counter and settle onto the wooden stool. The cup of chocolate rests between your hands. Through the front window, the rain continues its quiet conversation with the cobblestones, and the street lamp paints a circle of gold on the wet pavement, and the night feels vast and gentle and unhurried, as if the whole city is sleeping and only this bakery remains awake, tending its ovens, tending its bread, tending this small circle of warmth and light in the darkness. The bakery holds you the way the oven holds the bread, completely, gently, without asking anything in return. You do not need to go anywhere. You do not need to do anything. You are here, and the bread is here, and the rain is here, and that is enough. The flour dust drifts in the lamplight, small points of gold turning slowly, like stars, like snow, like time itself, when it has nowhere to go and nothing to prove. The oven hums, the rain taps, the bread sings its quiet song. These are the sounds of the world taking care of itself, the world doing what it does, without effort, without worry, baking, raining, cooling, resting. Warmth, the smell of bread, the taste of chocolate, the sound of rain, simple things, good things, enough things, the only things that matter tonight. Your hands are warm, your body is heavy, your breath is slow and deep and easy, and the bakery is quiet, and the bread is baked, and the rain is falling, and everything is simple, and everything is good, and everything is enough. The rain, the bread, the warmth, the rest. These are the gifts the night gives freely to anyone who is still, to anyone who is quiet, to anyone who remembers to be grateful for simple things. Somewhere in the city, the river moves, slow and dark and patient, carrying the rain to the sea, and somewhere the baker's hands are still, resting now, flour in the creases of the palms, and the bread is done, and the night is done, and there is nothing left but warmth and rest, and the smell of something good made with care by someone, for you. The rain falls. Bread and warmth. Rest now. Sleep.